Hello, I am Jessalyn Akerman-Frank. I am the Director of Community and Civic Engagement at the Minnesota Commission of the Deaf, DeafBlind, and Hard of Hearing, MNCDHH. Welcome to the 2021 Deaf, DeafBlind, and Hard of Hearing Lobby Day. Last year, the COVID-19 pandemic changed life as we know it. However, we knew that we would not let the pandemic stop Lobby Day. Lobby Day is hosted by MNCDHH and is done with the guidance and partnerships of community members and organizations. We are so happy that our Minnesota community and friends have gathered together. Today is about advocacy, community, making a difference, learning, and sharing. It is my pleasure to introduce MNCDHH Board Chair, Michele Isham.
Welcome to the Minnesota Commission of the Deaf, DeafBlind, and Hard of Hearing Virtual Lobby Day. My name is Michele Isham, and I'm the chair of the commission. In all the years I've served on the commission board and as chair, I never thought we would have a virtual lobby day. I'm sure you feel the same. Here we are, and thanks to technology, we can still have some sort of an event for our community. Our theme this year is Access to Communication Saves Lives, an important theme that impacts all of us, deaf, deafblind, and hard of hearing in all geographic locations across the state. It has a different meaning this year with COVID-19, and in this great state of Minnesota, we have seen firsthand through the office of Governor Walz and Lieutenant Governor Flanagan what it means to communities when they do provide access to the information that we need so that we can save our lives. We know that technology is great, and we also know seeing each other's face-to-face is even better. But on behalf of the board, we want to thank the commission staff for their efforts in organizing this day so that we continue to do the work as a community to influence the change we need to improve and save lives. It is my pleasure to introduce you to Dr. Darlene Angara, Minnesota Commission of the Deaf, DeafBlind, and Hard of Hearing Executive Director.
Welcome, Minnesota community. Thank you for the opportunity to be with you today. And yes, through this first virtual experience, which I know is new for many of us, and it may be awkward, maybe many like it, but most of all, it has not always been our practice as to how we conduct Lobby Day. I am proud of my team and the work they did to invest to be sure to give you an experience that we hope you enjoy. Technology is a beautiful thing. I am connecting with so many of you in spite of the pandemic. However, the value of in-person gatherings is something I am more aligned to. I want to see you, meet you, and hear from you, and I look forward to the day that we can do that again. This year, our theme, Access to Communication saves lives is a message that I have heard from many of you in many forms. Having access to information about COVID-19, protests, elections, healthcare and vaccines, our children's education, our jobs, stay-at-home requirements, masks, all of these dialogues that are happening at a rapid pace. Decisions that are being made about our lives require us to have the same amount of information in the language that is ours, whether it is spoken language, captions, American Sign Language, tactile communications, English, or other languages. The outcome is a direct impact on our everyday lives. Our community came together, our organizations, our professionals, and advocates for access so that we can all benefit from the information. It isn't perfect, and we still have more work to do. But Minnesota community, you did it. You advocated as a community to influence change for this outcome. This happens when we work together, and we still have more work to do. This also happens when we have policymakers and legislators who hear our concerns and take action, like the Office of Governor Walz and Lieutenant Governor Flanagan. I am proud of our state, to be a resident of this state, and to be part of the team to work advocating for communication access, equal opportunity with the 20% of Minnesotans who are deaf, deafblind, and hard of hearing. It is my honor and privilege to introduce Governor Walz and Lieutenant Governor Flanagan.
Hello, everyone. This is Governor Tim Walz. Thank you for letting me join you virtually for the Deaf, Deafblind, and Hard of Hearing Lobby Day. I was incredibly honored to receive this year's Access Award presented to me by none other than my stellar ASL interpretation team. This year's Lobby Day theme is Communication Access Saves Lives, and that could not be more true than it has been this year. Getting accurate and timely information to Minnesotans, all Minnesotans, during the COVID-19 pandemic has been absolutely critical. Lieutenant Governor and I have prioritized providing ASL interpretation as well as captions on our press conferences because we know that those important things, those life-saving communication tools, will ensure Minnesotans receive the information they need. I want to thank the Minnesota Commission of the Deaf, Deafblind, and Hard of Hearing for your tireless work in advocating for communication access and equal opportunity for the 20% of Minnesotans who are deaf, deafblind, and hard of hearing. Your work is greatly appreciated. Thank you, and have a great Lobby Day.
Hello, everyone. Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan here, providing timely, accessible, and accurate information to all Minnesotans has been a cornerstone in our response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Professional sign language interpreters and captions are critical, life-saving communication tools to ensure that Minnesotans who are deaf, deafblind, and hard of hearing receive timely information during emergencies. That's why Governor Walz and I are committed to providing ASL and CART services during briefings and emergency press conference and expanding communication access throughout Minnesota. We know that communication saves lives. We also know that authentic equity and inclusion must include people with disabilities. Whenever policymakers are having conversations and making decisions that impact your lives, you should be at that table. And it's our responsibility to provide the tools and access so that you can be there, even and especially if that means bringing the table to you. I want to thank the Minnesota Commission of the Deaf, Deafblind, and Hard of Hearing for their work advocating for Minnesotans who are deaf, deafblind, and hard of hearing. Their guidance is essential to our goal of ensuring communication access and equal opportunities for all Minnesotans. Thank you for your commitment to making our state more accessible and more inclusive. Shimigrej.
Michael Angara was nominated for the Youth Award because of his academic success, history of overcoming adversity, outstanding leadership, advocacy, and because of how much Michael has given back to the community. For example, he has served over 400 hours tutoring with distance learning classes, co-teaching faith classes, and serving as a youth commissioner for the Burnsville Parks and Natural Resources Commission.
So, Michael, I nominated you for this award, and you are being honored because of your academic success.
Really?
Yes, I'm so excited for you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I can't thank enough all the teachers of deaf and hard of hearing, the 917. They're always there when we need it. It's really I'm so grateful for all the help. I can't thank enough.
The Citizen Advocate Award goes to Advocates for the Fairview Chemical Dependency Program. They, as a group of concerned advocates, were selected for this award because they fought against the closure of the Fairview Chemical Dependency Program for the deaf and hard of hearing. They met with their legislators, they met with hospital staff, they protested peacefully. They reached out to the media and did everything they could to save the program. While the program was shut down, they were able to convince the hospital to guarantee 30 hours a week of interpreting services and retain some of the staff. Congratulations.
Full access with closed captioning. Video remote interpreters. Interpreters. Text to 911. End communication barriers. Safe family relationship. News with deaf interpreters. Interpreters in the hospital. CapTel. TV captions. Notes on the phone. Ready? At workplace. How to communicate with hearing people. Hello? Ready. Use technology apps on your phone like talk from text. Ready? Another way is writing notes and interpreters.
The St. Paul, Minneapolis Black Deaf Advocates were nominated for being the beacon in our community related to social justice issues. One example is that members of their organization, Pamela Burry and Kim Wassenaar, have partnered with the Minnesota Commission for Deaf, Deafblind, and Hard of Hearing as an outreach and civic engagement specialist to make sure that Black deaf Minnesotans have equitable and peer-led access to civic engagement information, such as the 2020 census, the 2020 elections, and both the 2020 and 2021 legislative session. Congratulations.
Under the Minnesota Commission for Deaf, Deafblind, and Hard of Hearing, as a state agency, we joined in to serve. They have that passion of breaking through barriers. We recognize who really has a heart to serve without any resources. I want to shine the spotlight on you to officially recognize our award to your chapter. The award is called Civic Engagement Award. We really do recognize your hard work.
We are here to honor Cookie Brand, who was nominated for the Educational Excellence Award because she always thinks of the students' well-being. Her leadership has been a wow factor for us here in St. Paul, and it is time for her to shine. Huge congratulations to Cookie Brand.
Guess what? What? You won an award. I won? What award? Educational Excellence Award. Congratulations.
Hello, I'm Melissa, and I'm thrilled to give you a message from the National Association of the Deaf. The Minnesota Commission of Deaf, Deafblind, and Hard of Hearing is hosting a Lobby Day, which is an important day. This is a great opportunity for you to learn about legislation affecting you in Minnesota. This year's theme is Communication That Saves Lives. As we reflect on this past year, we moved through life with little thought that we would soon be impacted by a devastating pandemic. We're confused and concerned about how information is shared to protect ourselves and dealing with issues of captioning. The Office of Governor Walz and Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan worked hard to provide deaf interpreters during their press conferences. That was a welcome relief to our community, as we all agree, a basic human right. Throughout this chaotic times, as we watch the news, we are finally able to watch and understand because we see it firsthand in our native language. We need to thank the Office of Minnesota for establishing this as a role model throughout the community and neighboring states. Once this has been established, it will continue for all important and life-saving information released from the Office of the Governor. When hearing people get their news, the deaf community is able to too. Thank you.
The office of Governor Walz and Lieutenant Governor Flanagan was nominated for the Access Award for their efforts to make sure there is ASL access and the use of deaf interpreters throughout all of the press conferences during the times of unrest, as well as the COVID pandemic. We are proud Minnesotans.
Wow. I like the switch in roles that we have today in this moment.
I am too.
Okay, Governor Walz, just 2 weeks ago, you surprised me with a special day. March 9th, my birthday. I was shocked and surprised when you recognized me. And that's something that will be a memory that will live in my heart forever. I find it a little bit ironic that I now stand here after a year of being with you, recognizing the diversity that you have recognized and the work and passion you've given as you come before us. I've seen your pain, I've seen your passion, and making big decisions and commitments. And your commitment during COVID-19, but also then with the George Floyd murder. You kept calling me over and over again to give access to many Minnesotans in my community. And access, I know, is something that was intentional and heavy. But at the same time, you knew the importance of access. So I want to recognize that today. So today, it is my honor that Minnesotans in my deaf, blind, and hard of hearing community has now asked me to stand before you and give you an award, the Access Award. So I would like to read it to you. The Access Award acknowledges that the office of Governor Tim Walz and Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan has been recognized for notable work in increasing the accessibility of services for and with deaf, blind, and hard of hearing Minnesotans.
The Humanitarian Award is awarded to the Minnesota Deaf Muslim Community Organization. Congratulations. This organization, known as MDMC, is a place that provides resources and tools that no other organization in Minnesota can do for our deaf, blind, and hard of hearing Muslim community. They have put in hours and hours of volunteer work to make sure that the quality of life for their community members is happening. They make sure that there is access to information in their language by providing literacy advocacy, interpreting for family gatherings where spoken Islamic is used, and helping to navigate the system. Congratulations to MDMC.
MDMC has won an award. MDMC has won an award. Do it slow now. MDMC has won an award. We'll try it again. MDMC has won an award. Okay. To me, this means ease of communication. For example, with video phones, having a way to call 911 through a VRS service with interpreters so deaf people can understand what the operator is saying and then communicate in sign language makes it accessibility that saves lives. For me, I cherish talking with friends. We have access to internet. It means knowing what is happening, when it's happening, and how it impacts our lives. VP, or a video phone, is using an interpreter so you can use sign language to talk to people on video phone. If there was a room and everybody was communicating, but they were all hearing and no one signed, and there was no deaf in there, then there would be a high chance of miscommunication and misunderstanding. In another room, if that room had hearing in it and one deaf person who used ASL, then everybody would have access to communication. Communication does save lives. If you don't have good communication with your friends, then you'll be sad, depressed, and feeling isolated. This isn't fair. What you can do is to use video phone to communicate with your friends, and this will make you happy and it's cool, and that's what it means. By using text, you can communicate, and with that, you're able to communicate back and forth. So deaf students often feel lost in a mainstream school where hearing students write down on a piece of paper for communication. It's better if they wait for an interpreter to be present for full understanding in my language. I feel valued as a person when someone is willing to communicate through writing or use an interpreter. Without access, it's hard. It's hard to communicate with hearing people. We don't understand each other.
Video phones do save lives because if we didn't have video phones, we would have to go in person and communicate using pen and paper. This wastes our time, or going to an appointment using pen and paper. It's better if we use a video phone so we can discuss what we need and then have an interpreter there. If you go to an appointment, there should be an interpreter there, and that's where you can save lives too.
Our Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Sally Prouty. Sally was selected because of her dedication to the deafblind community, where she sends out daily news to the deafblind community listserv. That is a website chat room where the deafblind community can talk to one another. She summarizes the news in an unbiased way to help deafblind people understand the daily news and events that impact their lives. It has been a wonderful experience, especially during the COVID pandemic. A Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Lori Peters. Lori has worked for the deaf and hard of hearing services For 35 years, she has touched the lives of so many by being a supportive and encouraging person who genuinely cares. Lori takes the time and thinks through each option to determine the best technology for each individual. By providing the appropriate resources and technology, she has provided communication access to many people. And in doing so, she has changed lives.
Another Lifetime Achievement Award is presented to Jill Hartman. She has been the foundation in 3 areas of interpreting: community interpreting, healthcare interpreting, and legal interpreting. She ensures integrity, reliability, with care and quality. Jill has been an amazing and compassionate interpreter, ensuring that we have full access to complete understanding and a great advocate for our community. Congratulations.
One of the Lifetime Achievement Awards is to recognize the late John P. Matthews. John has been involved in advocating for the deaf, deafblind, and hard of hearing communities all of his life. He was one of the authors of the sesquicentennial history of the Minnesota Academy for the Deaf. John also chaired several communities to seek donations for new auditorium chairs and a cabinet to house historical artifacts. Due to these activities, we are honoring John for his lifetime of achievement.
Hello, I'm excited to be here at the Matthews house to make a big announcement. Your father has been named as one of the nominees for the Lifetime Achievement Award under MNCDHH. Congratulations.